Are you ready? Did you light the candle? Okay, let's start the ritual. Welcome to Intuitively Wild, the podcast. I'm your host, Rachel. This is a space where truth gets its voice back because shame loses its power when we speak to it. Here, we don't skip the hard parts. We sit with them and we learn to hold ourselves inside them. This podcast is ritual in audio form, a way for us to bring intention and intuition back into our everyday. Let's dig into our roots and go deep. You're comfy. I'm comfy. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Intuitively Wild, the podcast, and welcome to our monthly ritual of sitting down to talk about the month that has passed and set intentions for the month to come. I am back with my co-host, my mom, and we are together in person at Intuitively Wild, recording from the couch. So we're really happy to be here. And we are going to do our usual structure, which is we start with what we are proud of ourselves for, or we start with the lesson,
what we learned.
We start with what we learned from the month of May, what we are proud of ourselves for, or what we appreciate about ourselves, what we are grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
So we will start with that. Do you want to go first, Mom?
Sure. So reflecting back on the month of May, um, it's a big month for me because it's my birthday month and it's Mother's Day. And those are separated by just a few days, and they come in the beginning of the month. And they're both really significant for me and what I learned, and I can talk about why. I mean, it's kind of obvious but for me personally, they both encapsulate the incredible gifts that I am deeply grateful for every single day of my life, and also have traditionally for many, many years brought with them some sadness. So overwhelming joy and gratitude and some sadness. And I learned that that really is the richness and fullness of life. And I can go into what those are, but so what I learned is that when you can experience and really allow yourself to feel all the feelings, as contradictory as they seem on the surface, they just, the sadness has meaning and relevance, and the joy just feels even more beautiful.
Well, I love that you said that for so many reasons, but our theme for June is embodied joy. And I was just writing about this, but it really speaks to the fact that joy and grief are one and the same. Like, not only are they the same opposite sides of the same coin, they're just woven into each other.
Definitely.
And you can't have one without the other. And we're taught that that's counterintuitive or contradictory, but it's not at all, and if we let ourselves fully feel joy deeply, grief is right there to meet it.
That's right.
And so when I chose the theme embodied joy, it's about making space for all the emotions and finding safety within all the emotions, like allowing ourselves to fully feel the joy and feeling safe in that, and fully feeling the grief and the other mix of emotions that come with the joy, and feeling safe in that too, and inviting them all in and being present with them all, and just noticing what's being asked of us in each moment, and how summer really brings that to the surface for us.
Right.
So
Wow.
that touches on what you were saying.
Yeah, very much so. And I didn't even know.
You didn't even know. Well, my biggest lesson from May, I mean, I feel like I could say so many things. Um, so I don't even know where to begin, but I think for me, um, just being, I mean, I guess I hesitate because it's not like this is anything new or something I haven't talked about before necessarily, but May was really showed me that I have to be so connected to my energy as I walk through the world
Mm,
and not allow circumstances or other people or, you know, any external factors impact my vision and my goals and my path.
mhm,
And just, yeah, to stay really centered in what I'm doing and who I am, and then allow my energy to impact the world with intention and trust that it's impacting the right people in the ways that it needs to, as long as I mean, always, but especially when because I am so devoted to um, being present with how I show up in the world. Does
right.
that make sense?
This makes perfect sense.
So,
And it's so important. And yeah, yeah,
yeah. And I think there are just a lot of moments where it could have been and was easy to let myself be pulled away from my center. And I had to just constantly choose to take the next step forward and show up.
right.
And I think, especially when I show up for Intuitively Wild and show up in the world, like that's just so important to me. I think if um, the only person really who I think saw the other side of that was probably you and dad too. Just the moments when it was easy to let the noise
Sure.
get through and for
Of
myself
course.
to kind of get down or overwhelmed or just in my head or doubtful. Um, and yeah, I think it's important to also make space for that and to feel that. And then,
Yes, and
so
then when you rise from that, you're even stronger and more sort of confident than before.
yeah, because it's mainly because it's not coming from a fake or forced place. Like I
Right.
have the people who I can kind of like unload it all on or
Sure.
just like talk about that part
Uh-huh.
with, um, and sort through it and feel it and release it. And then from there, I can come back to myself because I'm not like just trying to push that part away.
That's right. And you're also touching on another, through line of Intuitively Wild, which is conversation
Yeah.
and the power of conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And since we're recording this a little bit early, we're recording this before our first edition of Healing Through Conversation, but it will be happening every month. So stay tuned for the next one if you didn't get to come to this one on May 30th. But that is one of our offers that's really centered around helping us have those harder
that's
conversations.
right.
Um, and it's a ritual that I'm really excited to bring into the space monthly.
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay, next.
Is what I
What you appreciate
appreciate.
yourself.
Okay, so I think that just going back to my personal experience of May, is that when the waves of the sadness that come with these, I don't know, monuments of the month, my birthday, Mother's Day, when the sadness part comes, that I allowed it in, but I didn't dwell there. And I allowed in the light and the gifts. And and because that has been challenging sometimes, because such profound events have happened in that month, and around those events, that I can struggle, even though I know intellectually, so much to be grateful for, but emotionally, I sometimes succumb to dwelling in the sadness, and I didn't do that. And this year, this past May, and it was a revelation. It was like, it was, it was really wonderful, very, um, you know, enlightening and energizing. I really enjoyed the month. So I appreciate that I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm learning how to work with the feelings, not to push them away and not to become overwhelmed.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I love that. And I think that relates to what we were talking about before around the theme of the month at Intuitive Wild, because I think when you do learn, when you have the practices and the space to learn how to handle all the emotions, it's not like it becomes lighter to carry.
Right, exactly.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, I appreciate myself for how I handled certain moments this month. Really, that I just kept and continue to keep showing up. There were some moments this past May that were really, really challenging for me and heightened my anxiety to a degree that I hadn't felt in a long time. And in the past, it would have caused me to shut down or disconnect or run away. I don't think people quite understand how, just I guess how much anxiety I have experienced in my life and how that really caused me to push away the world to a strong degree.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. And I'm glad people don't associate, like, many people don't know because I don't tell, like, that it caused me to isolate, so no one was around.
Right.
But also because it's not my reality anymore.
That's right.
In that way. And I I continue to show up and work with it, and I guess it just showed me how, like, in some ways, how far I've come. And
Well,
yeah.
yes, and I'm highly aware of all of it, and I have to tell you how proud I am of you.
Thank you. All right, moving on, what we are grateful for from May.
This may feel repetitive, but I am grateful for birthdays.
Birthdays are important.
I'm grateful, for life, for the gift of life, and I'm grateful for the mother that I had, and I am beyond grateful for the mother that I have been blessed to be.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for the people who showed up for me this month. Number one being you and Dad, but then a lot of people who showed up for me in Intuitively Wild, both um, people who have been in my life for a while, and also new people. There have been so many people I've met in this space that have shown up for me and also just been lights in my life this month. So very, very grateful. The community around.
Absolutely.
Okay. What are you releasing from May? Or what are you shedding, composting?
So the residual feeling of with the birthdays, let's say, is always worry about the passage of time, and it's going too fast. And I can get very wrapped up in that. And it is a handicap in living most fully. So I am releasing an attachment to, I'll always say, "Oh, I wish I could just freeze time." And there's nothing wrong with saying it and loving a moment and just wanting it to not end. Mm, But I think it's more important to appreciate it for the moment and appreciate that it's transitory. So, so I'm releasing that sort of attachment to like not wanting time to keep going. It's a little abstract, but
No. I mean, I think it's something a lot of people can relate to, and so many people fear getting older or think of it in a negative light, but I'm really anti that mindset, and I think that aging is beautiful and it's part of being a human and something we should embrace in all the different ways that it comes. um so yeah.
thank you.
Okay, I am shedding, and we use shedding more now than releasing, because I feel like with releasing, it means we're just kind of like
Right,
exercising it from
pushing
ourselves,
it totally away.
versus shedding is like, this is just a layer of myself that, or like old skin, and then it composts the soil, like it nourishes, it is still like it's a lesson that has like been embedded in who I am, and
Right,
it no longer needs to be like,
right, and it doesn't carry we don't vilify it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I guess carrying on what I was sharing before, continuing to let go of um self-judgment or expectations, really, or like the fear of failure.
Mhm.
That's my biggest thing. And just any old thought patterns or behaviors that kind of try to keep me stuck in negative self-talk, and just
Mhm.
like try to keep me hidden and small, and like wanting to revert. Yeah. So just letting go of all that. All
Mhm.
everything.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's hard. It's been with you a long time, and it's hard to shed that, but I'm glad you are.
Okay. And what is your intention for June?
To be very open and very welcoming to the novelty of, the season and the aliveness and the lushness of the colors of nature. So just, my intention for June is to really enjoy the just abundance of nature's bounty. It really is, you're seeing it at farmers markets, you're seeing it in the flowers, seeing it, my ride up here in the mountains, and I see it in your face. So I just want to be really open to it and embody it.
Hmm. Um, yeah, my intention for June is, I mean, also to be really open to joy, and to see and to see life through the eyes of awe and wonder and magic, and continuing on what I was saying before, really stay so devoted to my intentions, like staying so grounded in myself, and my practices that help me stay, have a clear mind and open heart, and walking through the world in that way,
Mm,
and not letting
Beautiful.
anything kind of permeate that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay,
All right.
that's us. I would love to hear everyone else's reflections and intentions from May and June. It's going to be a very exciting month at Intuitively Wild. I'm really excited. We have many, many collaborations happening, and we have a few summer solstice events that I'm really looking forward to. And just lots going on. My mom and I will be having our mother and daughter circle, which happens every month.
That's right.
On June 27th. So you should definitely come to that. We'll be having our second edition of Healing Through Conversation. Every month I have my new moon ceremony with my friend and astrologer Hollis, and my full moon ceremony with a dear friend and plant divination plant ceremonialist. She does many things, artist, farmer, Leary. Some new offers with new people. So lots of things, yin and Reiki and sound healing, and yeah. So you
It's going to
should
be
come.
wonderful. Yeah.
Okay. And that's all for now.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Intuitively Wild, the podcast. I hope it helped deepen your connection to yourself, sparked some insights, and inspired you to live intuitively wild. If you enjoyed this podcast, it would mean so much to me if you would share it with others and leave a rating and review. And please reach out to me. I would love to connect with you. I will see you next time for more magic.